Good morning, nighttime. Hey, sweet girl. Stripe's been out. Stripe's been back in. I got other boys waiting on me. Good morning, everyone. Marty. It's a good thing Stripe and Morris take that from you because that's not really the nicest. He just swatted Stripe too. And then he rubs up against Morris like they're best friends. Marty, here's your food, honey. If you're hungry, come on up. Hi, Morris. Morris is a good boy. Hey, bud. Hi. It does have a hint of cool in the air this morning. Just a hint. Let's look at a pretty pink flower first thing today. Nice. I've enjoyed this here, which is why I never moved. It, and then we ended up putting up the poles so it could climb a little higher and stay out of the way of Don's head. Yep, I am enjoying that little hint of cool in the air. It's going to be a normal Tuesday shopping day for me. I think I'll drive the Cybertruck again in case Janice does have time after my appointment to come out. She said she wanted to see it. No big deal if it doesn't work out. It's not like driving the Cybertruck's a hardship. No tree limbs down today. The view out the side window, the master bedroom window at the side yard is restored with no big tree thing. It took Dawn about 30 minutes, maybe 45, getting prepared with the right clothes and bug spray and shoes and stuff and pulling the equipment and then going and doing it. Wasn't too bad. Since I watered everything right at the end of the day last night, I don't have to go out there this morning. I don't normally do that because the mosquitoes are worse then, and I can cause leaf mold if I get water on stuff, but it was okay for one day. God bless America. I'm running late and I'm still plugged in and I can't go. I'm not used to having to unplug my own car. No, I'm just kidding. But typically I'm so used to Dawn doing stuff. Yeah. My phone's in the car. I know. Thanks. That's what it sounds like when you forget your phone in the car, which I didn't really forget it here. I wasn't expecting to have to get back out, but I didn't have a start self-driving button. Now I got a seatbelt. All right. Well, I am officially late. My arrival time is 11 a.m. and I'll probably lose a couple minutes even with Case driving. Oh, God. I really never minded too much working for IBM. What I'm trying to say is I was good at sitting at the computer for 8 hours straight, no problem. It was really never a problem for me. I'd eat lunch at my desk. People would try to get me to go do stuff and I would be knee deep in what I was doing. It's kind of like, you know, when I get started on my Lego project, I want to work for several hours and basically don't bother me because I'm engaged in what I'm doing. Let's see. It is going through the neighborhood, either because that's better or because it remembers that that's what I've been doing. I don't know. I really wanted to clean that window over there, but I didn't have time. I don't know if Janice will have time to come out today or not, but I drove the Cybertruck just in case. If it doesn't work out today, she'll have to catch me on a day I'm just happened to be driving it because, you know, there was a reason I chose it over Ruby, I guess. There's a chance for storms Thursday. I don't know what time and if it's just like we're going to get some long duration rain or we're going to have some storms I need to be worried about coming through. I'm just trying to say I'll drive Ruby to Guardian Angel Thursday, but we'll see. We'll see what's going on. There was a red sticker on the sign in very small font, the for sale sign there at the steel place, over the for sale part of the big sign. I wonder, it didn't look like it said, it looked like 2 words, so it wasn't just pending. Maybe it said under contract. If it is, that would be really fast, which is good for the guy trying to sell it, I guess. All right, so an update on Grock bots. I'm really sad. I have gone through my weekly usage, and on top of that, I gave it some on-demand stuff, and it blew through that too. And I had given it enough, I thought it would go until the weekend. It didn't even make it overnight. And I just want to say that I really don't have, what's Case gonna do here? I really don't have it doing stuff that I would consider heavy duty enough stuff that I should have run out of things. So they're checking on the fire hydrant is what they're doing, and they're kind of stopped in the middle of the road. And I'm stopped for them. If they were pulled over a little bit more, it would be easier to go around them. And I could get around them, but let's see what goes on. I don't want them to see me filming, so I'm going to stop. It was less than a minute, and they got back in the engine, and the engine started moving. I believe there's at least a third person driving the truck that wasn't one of them. But like I said, had they even cared about not stopping right in the middle of the road, I could have gone around them. I don't know. Okay, she waved me on, so I gave just a little tap of the accelerator. I think he saw the wave also. They're doing some sort of fire hydrant adjustment. Check safety pins, something. They weren't on a call though, so they shouldn't be blocking traffic, right? Lights on is good though, so nobody hits them. So I'm going to take a deep breath, and I'm just going to say I was very engaged in what I was doing at the house this morning, and I swear it was 10:05, and then it was going on 10:15, and I said I'm going to give myself 5 more minutes and I'm going to get up. And then the next thing I looked up was I got to go to standard mode because I'm going too slow. And there's the 45 speed limit, so it will speed up now. Anyway, the time evaporated on me, and I didn't get done everything I wanted to get done, and I left later than I wanted to leave. But what I was trying to say is I've used up my Grock box usage for the week. It'll reset sometime on Saturday. And I had bought Super Grock Plus right after midnight, so it was technically Saturday, but it was really early in the day on Saturday. So hopefully by the time I get up Saturday morning, it will have reset. And basically what that means is my chief of staff bot will, you know, acknowledge me if I say something, but they're not doing any active work for me. So, that's pretty sad because I'm not doing anything that heavy duty. And I like what it is doing for me, and I got a whole bunch more stuff I want to try out, and it doesn't matter so much today, but like Wednesday when I would have had more time or whatever. I guess I'm not going to get my daily briefing. I don't know. It's not the end of the world, but it was becoming quite convenient. I have it, you know, custom, and it was good. Although I woke up this morning, I went straight to my chief of staff. Amazon teammate was having a lot of trouble with switching back and forth between mine and Don's account, which is trivial. And I tried explaining one more time, and hopefully it's got it now, but you know, it won't be able to try it out tomorrow. So yeah, I don't know if you know, but if your household, you know, I have the Prime account. Don is a authorized family member on the Prime account, obviously. And we, you know, each order stuff, and we each have a subscribe and save, and you know, that just works pretty good. But we can both get to each other's Amazon by just doing a switch account, which is a built-in Amazon feature. And once you're logged into both accounts, you can switch back and forth. You know, you can authorize that browser not to need two-factor authentication, and you can just switch freely between accounts. And I had set up the virtual machine for my Amazon teammate to be able to do that, and it was just such a hard complex for it to keep up with. It's amazing the super complicated things these bots can turn out, and then there's this trivial thing that'll just trip them up. So I had to help, and I knew in advance I was going to have to help last night, but we did go through an exercise of what are all of the TV streaming services we have, how much are they costing us, when do they renew, are they monthly renewals or yearly renewals, which credit card, the last 4 digits, because, you know, that's common information, which credit card, who that credit card belongs to, me or Don, and what is the email sign-in, okay? Because my Netflix is so old, it defaults to my old Roadrunner ID, which technically I think is still out there, and I've switched Netflix to talk to me about account stuff on my Gmail, but the username is an email, and it's still the Roadrunner account, and I never was actually able to change that or fix that. So anyway, we had some weirdness where it's my email, but it's Don's credit card, or, you know, I own almost all of them, but Don owns just this one. And the thing of it is the Android TV, the Sony Bravia TV, every once in a while loses its head, or one of the streaming services dumps us out, and we have to get back in, and that can take us 10 or 15 minutes because we're trying to figure out, well, whose password is that, and where is that, and how do I get that, and who's got to bring it up on their phone. I mean, it's a thing. It really is a thing. So anyway, I have a nice chart now that Grock helped me build, and was instrumental in helping me build, even though I had to do stuff also. And we did discover 2 things we were paying for monthly that are a lot cheaper to pay for yearly. Paramount gave us 50% off if we would go ahead and switch to a year at a time. So that was a no-brainer. I did that. So I would say that Grock saved us a little bit of money. Not, you know, there's people going around on X bragging about the amount of money it saved, which in one case I'm sure it would have worked out for the person anyway, but it worked out sooner than later. It was a $1,000 check that they needed to do something to, it got returned due to a bad address, or I don't know. Anyway, I would say Grock saved us some money. I would say let's see, it was $70, and 23% was, I forget what he told me, like $15. So maybe $85 over the course of the next 12 months. Inspiring me to go through that review did end up saving me some money. And I knew I needed to do that, but I just hadn't done it. And it's more fun to do it with the Grock bot than it is on your own. And they provide a lot of, I was taking some screenshots, and there's no information on there that was, you know, they don't put the credit card number up on those screens or anything. It was just the cost of the plan and the username and stuff. So and making sure our password manager was, you know, set up properly and everything. And we both had access to all of the passwords we would need without having to log in the other person's password manager. And we're better off for it. It was about a 30-minute exercise over dinner. It wasn't a big deal, but that was good. And my mail isn't a lot better. I've been unsubscribing and going through and bulk deleting and adding new filters and new folders on my Gmail. And I had done this exercise before, but you know, you do need to refresh it every once in a while. And Grock's inspired me to do that, so it's been useful. But I don't know what Elon and XAI, SpaceX, Cursor. I don't know what they're going to do about this usage thing for GrockBot, but me and a bunch of other people on X think they need to do something. They've either got to, I would suggest that you get double the usage for the first plan period, because I know they put a trial out there, but the first plan period is when you're going to do a lot of heavy duty lifting. And in order to make people a success, you can't be stopped due to usage limits in the middle of success. So I would like to see some good, I'm going to ask the truck to get over because it's not. I would like to see it, and under good faith of getting started with it, give you twice the usage the first month. And then I would like to see it provide some sort of a report with what was cost, which agents or what job tasks were costing a lot, so you can decide if you want to use them going forward and make some planning. It needs some finesse, because everybody's really excited about it and using it, and then getting stopped in the middle of it. Some people won't come back, some people won't wait, they'll turn it off, and I don't think that was good, and I certainly don't think they intended for that to happen. I do want to say that I've been opening all these support tickets up to Cursor, and I can't tell if it's an AI or not. I think it implied it's an AI. Sam had answered me. I had one of the bots become disconnected with my MacBook hard drive because I was trying to get it to download files. And I was told to Command Q the GrockBot window and then reopen it, and that would most likely fix that issue, and if not, to let them know again, which was good to know because I didn't understand. I mean, I really didn't know that would, I guess I could have thought about, well, it seemed like one agent was having a problem, but the rest weren't, so why would I kill GrockBot? But that makes sense. So I have gotten an answer back on one of about 10 support tickets that I opened with Cursor, or feedback. We'll call them feedback. That was more of an error. Some of the other stuff has been errors too, but it's sort of a feedback thing. So don't get it to try to download anything to your MacBook hard drive that's over 100 megabyte, because there's a limit, and the bots will try to, like, I wanted it to download my photos from Google Photos yesterday to my hard drive, and I thought it would just do the little radial button, hit download, the handy dandy zip file would just show up. Well, it has to show up on their VM, and then they have to transfer it to the hard drive. It can't just show up on my drive like as if I had done it. Well, my zip file yesterday was over 400 megabytes, which is nothing. I mean, it's not even a gigabyte. It's just, Don had a couple of pixel videos from his phone that get mirrored over there, and that's how I picked them up. And so that made it a little bit more than I just took a few pictures, even 50, pictures or whatever. But, the bot was having a really hard time getting it on my hard drive, and I could understand what was happening. It was trying to figure out how many of these files can I select and create the zip file to download that'll be under the 100 megabyte limit, and it was having to redo it a bunch of times because it was kind of guessing at which ones could fit. And I think a strategy that I could have shared with it is you need to select all the photos, and they will almost always be less than 100 megabytes. And then you need to download any videos that start PXL for Don's wonderful phone that creates incredibly large video files, larger than the 4K files off the vlogging camera. And you need to download them one at a time. So I don't know. Anyway, that's just 100 megabytes is just an unrealistically small amount in today's world with files that you would be moving around. And so I told it, I'll just go back to doing it myself. You know, you ask it to do things, you see how it's going to work, you know, you give it a try, and then if it's not working out, then you say, I told it to go idle on that task. Just, I've got other tasks for that bot, I'm sure, coming, but that's not working out for me, so let's just stand idle for a while. Don't do anything. Of course, all my Grock bots are idle right now, but well, it's 79 out there right now, according to Case, and the humidity's down, so it is a nice day to be in Carolina, as they say. Well, Janice was disappointed, but she had a new patient scheduled, so it just wasn't going to work out today either. Because I offered to hang out for a minute. I could, you know, sit a bit longer, but another time. I'm at the Goodwill. I guess they had a nice Corel set, but somebody bought up the big plates. I got another sheet. It's white with different colored hearts on it, small hearts, and this flamingo rug. I'm gonna drive myself over to Lowe's now and take a look at the clearance plants, just in case there's something I can't live without. Lots of daylilies and lots of canna lilies added. Not what I'm looking for, but they've been added over here. And I do mean a lot. And some fancier ones too. You know, multicolor, bigger flower, not just Stella Deora. There's actually some, you know, serious ones here. There's canna. And there's a lot more canna, but not like a fancy variety. There's a lot of rose bushes too. Well, this Lowe's store has really messed up the houseplants area. They've been taken over by the Carhartt workwear area. I don't know. I don't think it was a good trade-off. I just got called by this lady over there. Now she's blowing me a kiss. Not the one pulling out, the one behind that has like 50 zillion bumper stickers on the side of her car. She's driving a Prius. No, an Altima or something. God, look at the bumper stickers. She fits the stereotype so bad. Well, I've now had my first encounter. Pretty funny. Well, I received my first hate driving the Cybertruck from someone driving, I thought it was a Prius for a minute, but I think it was a Nissan, like an Altima or something. I don't know. Anyway, I want you to know that I did not give her the finger back, and I did not say anything out loud, or really even in my head call her a name. I just was like, what is wrong with you? I mean, I knew this was happening to other people. It's just my first time with it. I think I did well. She tried to pretend like she didn't do anything after she had done it, which was not the case. She startled the guy in the Forester, the Subaru Forester, that was getting out of his vehicle, and possibly the older lady pulling through that was leaving the parking space. And I'll show you what her car looked like because I've zoomed in. I, you know, recorded her on my phone because that was faster. But anyway, I'm going to go on with my day and enjoy driving my Cybertruck now. And I worry about people that are as over the top as she was. All right, here's the event. This is where you wish Tesla dash cam had sound. Yeah. And then she takes off, which we've seen. All right, I'm gonna head over to Guardian Angel Apex now. I had considered going into the Target over here, but you know what? I think I'll get out of this shopping center now. I probably didn't really want to walk into Target anyway. It was a Nissan Leaf, by the way, Grock. Looked at the image of the car to interpret the bumper stickers for me. They were a little hard to read with human eyes. Made me a list of what they were. And one of them says, y'all need science. Oh, God. Just because people disagree with some stuff or, you know, don't consider science settled or whatever, I guess people think we're stupid and don't know what science is, which is not true. Anyway, it was a Nissan Leaf. So I wanted to park over, you know, in the corner over here, but there wasn't a space today. I don't know if we'll be able to see it. I'm not going to walk all the way back over there. But near that white truck, I'm trying to see it. There was an Ioniq 9. Big white boxy thing. I don't see it now. But in just, you know, big, huge letters on the back, Ioniq 9. New York, Texas, New York, Virginia, North Carolina, I think Colorado, Maryland, Texas, Florida. They're all Hertz cars. I am remembering to drive myself out of the parking lot today so I can go in my preferred route. Isn't that supposed to be in the summer update? Like it does better with preferred routing or something? I don't know. They gave it to Ruby, the summer update, but not the rest of the stuff. Oh, okay, sure. I stopped to let him go, but he told me to go instead. Fine. Anyway, I'm driving myself till I get to the point through this red light over here where I know that I'm good. So Michelle got some spooky Halloween metal hands, skeleton hands, but they're metal, so they're kind of dark. They look like a pair of Halloween salad tongs that you would serve like lettuce from a big bowl with. I don't know. There were 6 of them, $1 each. And then there were some keys dangling. She has a, I like keys too, but she has a thing for keys. They were $2, Halloween spooky keys, so I picked that up. And then I got a BattleBot Arena and 3 BattleBots for Johnny for $4.75. That's a Hexbug toy from Target. That was super pricey when it was new. And anyway, I guess I think they're different bots than the ones he already has. Or having spare parts because of the way those things hit each other and pop the magnet parts off. It's not a bad idea. And also I thought, you know, they have these events at the school, these robot events, and lots of little kids come, and they really could stand to have like a volunteer over in a corner monitoring this so little kids could actually do their own BattleBots on that day. You know, being a parent, I'm thinking about this. Maybe college kids wouldn't think about that. And let's see what else. I got a cool reusable Halloween shopping bag. Spooky but not scary. And I'm thinking, what else did I get? A couple of picks for outside for in the ground. A Boo Ghost and a that's kind of small, and then a bigger Scarecrow Girl. You know, metal ones that you can stick in a plant pot. The Scarecrow Girl's pretty snazzy. And I think that was it. I enjoyed looking around in there. Got a red Highland 3 behind me. Alright, time to hit self-driving. I said it's time to hit self-driving. There's a, I think it's a Model Y in front of this minivan. I was going to say there's a Wendy's over there and it's totally boarded up now and the grass is tall. I hadn't noticed it was closed before. But also I was reading online yesterday when Wendy's has closed a lot of locations. Sorry. Sorry for yawning. That just sort of came out of nowhere. And not the one in Fuquay, but the one up by the Harris Teeter toward 401 and 1010. It closed in the last week, and everybody's asking what happened to it. I guess they're having financial difficulties, and they decided that the way to combat that is to close some stores. Usually that's just the beginning of the end, and never actually, I've yet to see store reduction actually save. Like, you know, it didn't save Sears. It didn't save so many other businesses, but we'll see. We'll see. I mean, back in the day, I ate at Wendy's every once in a while, and even though, you know, I wouldn't eat a Frosty now because it's not real ice cream, but, you know, I sure like Frosties. Probably gonna stop at Harris Teeter when I come through Fuquay also. I guess it just depends. If I go in, they probably won't have any porterhouse steaks left, but maybe. You know, it gets to be the last day of the sale and in the afternoon, and they'll tell me they are out. Alright, I remembered to change navigation to take me out the preferred route today, so I can go ahead. I don't think I have that option at Guardian Angel Apex, though. I think I pretty much gotta turn out of there the way I want. It gave me 3 options, and none of them were the one I wanted to use. Yeah, be a little slower to turn there and tuck yourself in just a little better. Not me, the other vehicle. So, both Johnny and Michelle have messaged me here in the last little bit about Dolly Parton dying. How sad. I immediately started singing 9 to 5. That goes back a long time, and I knew every line. It could hit it perfect back in the day, and I really enjoyed that movie and that song, and I like Jolene too. I could listen to that quite often. But anyway, that's obviously a real sadness. She has a great following, and she was 80, so not, you know, super young, but still. I know she had been having some health problems, but when you get up to be 80, I guess even little health problems can turn into big health problems. So, very sad. I told Johnny to go play 9 to 5 too, in her honor. I'll have to play it myself. Everything was mostly okay in there today, but for the second week in a row, they're down to 1 bathroom and 1 stall in that bathroom. They made it a family bathroom. So, you know, during their reconstruction phase, I saw one of the employees that I'm friendly with, and I'm like, okay, so give me the scoop. How much longer the bathroom's going to be closed? And she said the original estimate was 1 week for each side. So they go down to 1 bathroom, and then, you know, that 1 week each side. That was the original thing. Well, I don't know. Last week it was 1 bathroom, single stall, and this week it is 2. But I don't know what day of the week they made that cut over. Anyway, the long story short is there was a line, and I didn't get to use the restroom in there, and that was frustrating. So I think I'm not stopping at Harris Teeter. I got hamburgers to make for dinner. So there was a pretty bad accident coming out of the neighborhood. Case brought me through the neighborhood down, you know, Bridal Vine and Red Oak Tree drives over there. Not an injury accident, but the 2 cars had hit bad enough that one of the suspensions broke on one of the cars, and the wheel was basically not mounted to the car properly anymore. I'm sure it was just the ankle it got hit at. Anyway, I took over, and my 30-something mile streak is gone. The guy was directing traffic, and it was just the right thing to do at an accident scene when you're able, you know. So, I just wanted you to know, Michelle in Colorado, that, what is this? Celosia was what this was? That the deer may not have completely demolished it and may not love it, but they found it to be quite acceptable for munching. I had gotten those on clearance, pretty, and the deer weren't supposed to like them, and yeah, the deer did not leave them be. The lighting is really bad, but it's also hard to believe that this Mandevilla, while not dead, never took off at all. Of course, maybe it did and the deer ate it, but I don't think it took off this year. It lived through the winter under the house. I trimmed it back, all seemed good, and then it never did a darned thing this year. Goodness for the piece of vinca up top. The mock orange, which is that bush there beside the mailbox, is misshapen because of the deer as well. It's not gone, but it's not great either. I am on step 63 of the third PDF, the first one for the second floor. And like I said, up next is building this bookshelf. And I put in the order I needed to fix the outside of the windows. This is the back side. And I'm gonna, you know, I'm gonna go until it makes sense to go. But those are coming from EMS Bricks. So what's today's Tuesday? They'll probably be here Friday. She put them in the mail today. Don's giving me an update on what Grock did for him today.
Because I'm not out of tokens.
That's right.
Yeah. Somebody I know is out of tokens.
And the other thing I was going to say is, how many times a day do we use the word Grock in our household now?
I bet that's like more than kitten and sweetie.
I was going to guess 100 times between the two of us. And it would be up for debate as to which one of us.
Yep.
Yeah. But I feel like I'm in the timeout in the corner.
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
Yeah. I said something. I uploaded today's Canva thumbnail to the thumbnails agent and said, I know you're not allowed to help me, but this is what I came up with today because I didn't have anybody to talk to about it. It was pretty sad.
Yeah.
So,
well, at least you got to work on your Legos a little.
Well, I just started, and look how late I've been working for 15 minutes. 7:30. Yeah, and I've been working for 15 minutes. So you tell me how happy I am about that. Probably not super happy.
Not super happy.
Yeah, probably not super happy either.
That's right.
Yeah. So Don's just stopped work because he's working with Grock.
Yeah.
And he's going to go take his nap. Yeah. That's just how life is.
That's how life is. That's exactly right.
Yeah. So I won't stop Lego right away. I'll give you after I see you fall asleep, I'll give you 30 minutes and then I'll be thinking about meal prep.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you can always wake me up to feed me. I don't mind. You don't have to wake me up to make me go to work, but don't make me.
Right. Well, some days I've given Don a lot of a big meal or a nice, I cooked in the middle of the day, but on Tuesdays I'm not home and he has to fend for himself.
Yeah, I had sardines today.
Yeah. So he could possibly actually be hungry today.
Because I had a can of sardines.
Yeah. I didn't feed him bacon and eggs today. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
All right. Well, time's a wasting on your nap and my Lego, I guess.
Right. Have fun.
Well, I made good progress again. I thought I wasn't going to have to move the big building over to the table because I was just sticking stuff on, but it was kind of upside down, turned sideways. I couldn't figure it out, so I moved it over. But you can see that this backside here is really starting to fill in. We got chairs. We got a door to the bathroom. We got a door to the stairs. We've got books, a candle, a couch, and a tea service. So I embellished a bit, but quite a bit of stuff going on there. So I'm going to cook now, and that's it for tonight.